My essay is all about refugees creating familiarity for themselves in new spaces and focuses on the refugee experience highlighted in Mohsin Hamid's Exit West. These are two maps I've included in my essay, one detailing the rise of anti-migrant sentiment and the other detailing refugees' paths into Europe, literally exiting west. So let's talk about Exit West. Saeed and Nadia are two citizens who fall in love as a civil war breaks out in their unnamed Middle Eastern city. Tensions rise, violence increases, and life in the relationship becomes more and more dangerous. But suddenly, magic doors begin to appear that can transport you to other countries. Exit West explores this borderless world, with one of those methods being through Saeed and Nadia's relationship. I'm focusing on how refugees construct familiarity in new environments and how host countries react to them because I want to find out how this psychological drive to create familiarity explains Saeed and Nadia's precarious relationship in Exit West. Now, this is the passage that I've drawn from my book, and for some context, and Nadia have recently taken the door into England and are navigating their new lives. Unlike before, they are sharing a room, which leads to new complexities in the relationship and a surprising amount of distance between the two of them. This is my passage. And I've pulled out some quotes that were helpful to my close reading process, but so as not to bombard you by writing everything out, you can just refer to them as I say them. And now time for some analysis. When Saeed and Nadia first arrive in Britain, their relationship begins to deteriorate, and it becomes clear that their relationship was largely situational. However, whether out of obligation or some latent attraction, the two crave connection, which they express in different ways. Saeed begins to connect with others from his home country, which prompts him to consider emulating their previous living experience with barriers in between them. Despite the horrors of that situation, Saeed recalls the previous situation fondly. He hopes that by reminding Nadia of how they felt together in their hometown, they can recreate their situation again in England. In this way, Saeed attempts to create familiarity, even though he seeks to recreate what he desperately sought to escape. Though he doesn't wish to address it, simply calling it odd, Saeed is forced to recognize that his relationship is founded in trauma. This has greater implications for the book as a whole and speaks to the refugee experience. Despite the borderless world, distinct groups of immigrants form, all of whom are trying to cling to pieces of their now more complex identities, having passed through all these different doors. And by recreating aspects of the past, these refugees attempt to preserve their peoplehood and relationships, even while parts of their past are blatantly traumatic. And that is just one thing I'm looking at in my essay. So yeah, thank you.